probably the #1 seed in this tournament. I mean, he's been playing this game for a long time, so that's going to be a tough matchup for whoever wins this. So I don't know. There's that too. And whoever loses will go down to the losers brackets. If I remember right, they'll be facing who was it? Let's see, Dushan and whoever wins between Casual Speedrun and Matthew will go. Okay, here we go. We're beginning. It appears. Oh, stream is live. Okay. All right, I'll repeat all that again. Okay, stream is live. What's up, everybody? This is KaiserKrister here. Okay, I did not know how this was set up. Okay, this is kind of awkward, but what's up, everybody? This is KaiserKrister here. This is a Dark Cloud speedrunning tournament for Utan %. And I already did my song and dance, but I'll do it again. So, where was I? Oh my gosh. So, let's see here. We have a European matchup here between Cury and Chrissy. Cury is from France, Chrissy is from Norway. So, this should be an exciting matchup. Let's see. So this is an Utan % tournament for Dark Cloud. Dark Cloud is a roguelike for PlayStation 2. It's one of the premier roguelikes in the genre. You know, it was around before all the roguelikes of modern day. So if you enjoy roguelikes, you might like this stream. Basically the plot of the game is we're going around collecting Atla, and the Atla are just like magical orbs that contain different items for the townspeople, and you use that to rebuild the world. So the speedrun is very interesting because it's all randomly generated. You're crawling through randomly generated dungeons, and it's different every time, and you just gotta improvise on the fly, and you gotta, like, you know, be like, oh, I got this item, so this is gonna change how this plays out, stuff like that. You know, it's a fun game to speedrun, I would say. It's you know, because it's different every time, like I said, you know, what's not to like. It is a long speedrun, for sure, which is why we're cutting this one off after Utan, you know. And also, the runners they did agree to cut it off after Utan. I am ready to go. I'm not sure if I'm live. Am I gonna have to say this a third time? Okay, I'm guessing that Chrissy just is not listening. Okay. Okay, cool. Good. Very good. Alright, yeah, they're just making sure that I'm ready to commentate so they can start their run. But yeah, they're ready to start the run whenever. Let's see. And also, I have 7 pieces of trivia that I'm going to be dropping throughout the run during, you know, lulls in the action, because there's going to be those. There's going to be times where there's just nothing to say. So I've got 7 pieces of trivia that I have prepared. And it's all trivia that, like, you probably don't know, because I happen to know Japanese, you know, well enough to read it, you know, well enough to read the Wikipedia article. And there's also 2 of them that are just like, oh, I looked at this item in the game, and I was like, oh, I have a story about this one. So, you know, we'll just drop those pieces of trivia throughout the run. So that ought to be hopefully interesting for, you know, your entertainment pleasure. But yeah, excited for this. We will see who wins this. Whoever wins goes up against... I forget what I haven't said. Because I did this whole thing, like, before we went live. Because I don't know. I should have probably prepared better. I should have known what was going on. Alright, we're starting. We're playing the feud. Alright, so... the run starts by naming your character. Well, first of all, we got this storybook sequence. And it's basically just telling you that this entire game is going to be a storybook fairy tale that is only remembered by some, and only those who, you know, whoever wrote this book. Nobody knows who wrote this book. That's a mystery that gets resolved over the course of the game. Okay. Cury mashed. That's a lot there. You can actually, this is something I discovered 2 weeks ago. You can actually just, name your character by pressing start and then X. So that's what I've been doing recently in my runs, is just pressing start X. But, you know, like I said, I didn't know that until 2 weeks ago. But that does bring us to our first little bit of trivia. Tone does seem like a weird name, Toan. And it is weird because it's actually, like, not his original name. His original name was Toran, Toran. And the entire theme of the game is kind of like based around Middle Eastern culture. And so when they were choosing a name for the main character, they were like, oh, let's combine the Torah and the Quran and put it into two, you know, combine it into a name. So they decided, okay, Torah plus Quran equals Toran. And I don't know why they changed it, but they changed it to Toan. And so that's actually supposed to be the pronunciation. Although everybody calls him Tone. I call him Tone. Everybody calls him Tone. So, but there's your first piece of trivia. So, we are now entering Divine Beast Cave, the first dungeon in the game, and a fairly challenging dungeon at that, I will say. Only really because you start with nothing, basically. You start with nothing, and you have to freaking just find your weapon. You have to find a good weapon, you have to find all the items you need in the chests throughout the run. And, you know, which can lead to a lot of, you know, if you're doing like a, you know, a speed run aiming for completing the whole game, then, you know, you wind up resetting a lot, you know, especially in this first half. Just because you need a good start. Oh, it looks like Cury already got a weapon. Let's see what he got. Gladius, that's good. That's a solid weapon, you know. There's, you know, tiers to different weapons that you can get. Gladius, you know, it's not the best, but it's also not bad. It's, you know, like, certainly better than not having a weapon this early on. And, you know, he will happily take it because it does have Holy, so he's able to cut through, there's going to be Yamiches, which are like kind of undead monsters a few floors in, and it can cut through them in like a single hit. Dark Cloud 3 did somebody... Yeah, they changed the name of the game to Rogue Galaxy. I wish that they would have made Rogue Galaxy just Dark Cloud 3. They could have called it Rogue Cosmos. Or, no, Dark Cosmos or something to keep the DC. But... I still like Rogue Galaxy. I've been playing through it on my stream, and it's a fun, quaint little game. It does have a lot of flaws, like a lot of boring walking sections, but it's fun and it's pretty, and the story's pretty solid once you get to Chapter 9. But we're not watching Rogue Galaxy, we're watching Dark Cloud, and it looks like Cury is already on floor 2. And there's our little cat. Well, she's not our cat yet, she's just a cat. She's a stray cat that's just wandering through the dungeon. More on her later. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, Kaiser does not have a weapon besides the base dagger. The base dagger is pretty weak. It takes 4 hits to kill most enemies, and like once you get down, like even further, like you're gonna be talking like double digits of hits to take down some of the enemies. So Kaiser's really gonna want a weapon besides that dagger pretty soon. But Cury is pretty much set now that he has that Gladius. I mean, obviously, you know, he'd like something better, but, you know, if all he gets is the Gladius, like, should be able to still make that work. And I think I see, another weapons chest there in the distance. There over the horizon. Another large chest. Let's see what it is. Will it be better or worse than the Gladius? And yeah, this little trap, because I thought the kitchen knife. The kitchen knife is worse. The kitchen knife is worse than the dagger. That's just kind of like a bogey. It's kind of like a, you know, a failed check when you open the chest. It does have thirst on it, which, or no, not thirst. It has quench, which like refills your thirst meters or something, but thirst is the better ability anyway, and you can get that from Sandbreaker, so I really don't ever use kitchen knife. It's just money when you sell it. Okay, so we're both on floor 2 now. Oh, by the way, I should probably look at the audio here. Well, let's check on Cury's audio, see how that sounds. How does it sound? It doesn't. It doesn't sound. Okay. Well, that makes the decision easy. I say. Alright. So looking pretty even in terms of floors, both on floor 2, but that Gladius is going to... Uh-oh. Cury died, never mind. Okay. Okay, Cury's self-nerfing. Cury's audio was working fine on stream? Oh, okay, really? It wasn't playing for me. Did it sound good? Did it sound better? I mean, if it sounded better for you guys, then I'll just switch to that. But yeah, the early death here is not too terribly bad because, well, if he wants, he can go to the mayor and he can, like, stock back up on supplies, but I guess he already has enough supplies. It's usually on whoever's leading. Okay, sure, we can go with that. I guess Chrissy is leading now, because, I don't know, he didn't die. But yeah, the dying there is not terrible. You know, out of all the places to die, like, floor 2 is... It's alright. You know, it would be a lot worse later on. Okay, I'm just sitting here being like, okay, what do I go to my next piece of trivia already? Like, I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention to the Atla that people have been picking up. I should probably start paying attention to that. I did see that Kaiser picked up upstairs storage, just I glanced over and saw that. Oh, but yeah, I guess I should also mention that For this first section, we're just trying to complete Gaffer's Buggy, and we're trying to complete my house. My house is Towen's house, and that's where you unlock your next party member. And Gaffer's Buggy allows you to buy everything that you need for the rest of the run, basically. Like, even like later, like late game in the run, you can still come back to Gaffer's Buggy and buy literally anything you need. He has bombs, he has Dran's feathers, he has repair powders, water, bread, you know, anything you could possibly need. And but the catch is, you do need to put Pike down. You need to put Pike down in Paige's house for him to have his full inventory. So that's also very important. I think last run, Matthew made the mistake of not putting down Pike, and that pretty much cost him the run because he did not have a Dran's Feather. So hopefully neither of our runners today will make that mistake. I assume they both know. I certainly hope so. Alright, so Kaiser left the dungeon to restock on supplies with the mayor. You can restock on supplies with the mayor, like, at any point before you get Gaffer's Buggy. Once you get the buggy, he's just like, what, you don't got money? I can't help you anymore. You got a shop. Like, what do you need me for now? You've got the power of capitalism. Don't need me to be handing you freebies anymore. But before that, he'll just give you like restocks on repair powder, water, bread, you know, the basic essentials for your journey. No Dran's feathers though, unfortunately. You know, because we gotta save Dran first to get his feathers, I guess. Oh, Kaiser going for the poison apple strats. I like the innovation. Yeah, I guess he is kind of yeah, I mean, he might actually have to do that because you know what I would do? I would probably like poison the statue there, and I would like leave, and then I would come back and then check on the statue. Like maybe just clear out the next room and then come back, because the poison apple's going to do damage over time. But I guess he wanted to, you know, just take him out while he was here, which is fine too. Yeah, that's the kind of, like on-the-fly thinking this game requires sometimes. Like, okay, all I have is a poison apple, frickin' fire gem, a wind gem, and like some bomb nuts. Like, how can I make this work? You know, based on my current situation, so I don't have to leave the dungeon or any of that stuff. Another thing that you have to keep in mind during this part of the game is the statues are very, very costly on your weapon hit points. So a lot of times you'll want to just skip them. You'll want to skip the statues and just hope that they don't have the key. Obviously, this is a race setting, and you can't reset, so, you know, like, if a statue has the key, like, early on, like, if this statue had it and he skipped it, like, he would have to run all the way back here to freaking kill it again. So it's a little different in a race setting. You probably want to kill him, and he lucks out and gets the key drop from that statue that he was insistent upon killing, which is very, very nice. Because now that you have the Dran's Crest, which you need to exit the dungeon level, he can basically just run through the floor, ignore all the enemies, pick up all the Atla, and just go. Like, that's honestly what you're hoping for. The earlier you can get the key, the better. And he got it pretty early there, so I'd say he's a happy camper. But it looks like, despite the death, I haven't paid attention to Cury. I don't know what's been going on over on his side of the screen, but it looks like he's on floor 4 now. which floor four is a floor four is a scripted event where you fight a duel against a master jacket, which is basically a skeleton soldier with a swag jacket. You know, a skeleton soldier with a fashion sense. A little stronger, you know, because of the power of Gucci. I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, if you can ace the door, you can get a gem. But if not, it's fine too. You just keep going. Gems are nice. Some of them increase your attack. Others increase like certain elements, but did not get one there. But that's okay. We press on. Okay, so I guess I should switch to Cury now, since he's in the lead. He is definitively in the lead now. So we'll do that. I'll play by the rules. B5 for Cury, B3 for Chrissy. Still looking for all the Atla here. And you basically, despite the fact that you only need two things... Ooh, he got Pike, that's good. But despite the fact that you only need two things, you pretty much do want to open all the Atla in this first half of the dungeon. Because there's just so many different, unique things that you need. For Gaffer's Buggy and My House. That, like, you know, if you skip too many things, like, probably one of the things you skipped is something you needed, so... I do have a little notepad that I'm going to take notes on for the second half of this dungeon and the second half of Wise Owl Forest to keep track of what Atla people picked up, but for this half, it's like, you know, they'll show us when they've got everything they need. We'll know because they'll start putting it down. Chrissy's making another trip to the mayor. And this is the ripple effect that Gladius has. This is the huge difference here. Because Chrissy has to keep going back to the mayor because his dagger keeps breaking. You know, and he keeps having to, you know, need more repair powder. Whereas Cury, the Gladius has more durability. It has more weapon hit points. Plus, if all else fails, he can just switch back to his dagger. He can just, you know, switch weapons and start using the dagger if he runs out of weapon hit points. So, like I said, that is a huge ripple effect that this early Gladius is having on this run. And it's what is putting Cury in a, you know, not decisive by any means, but certainly a notable lead, I guess. That's one word for it. But Chrissy is on floor 4, fighting the Master Jacket. Let's see if you can get the gem here. He did. Okay. He clutched it out. See what he gets. An opal. Opal's not good. Opal's not what he was hoping for. He was hoping for garnet, peridot, or topaz for the extra attack. Opal just gives you metal. It's some other useless stuff. I don't know. It's like not good. Just some, yeah, anti-monster elements. It might give you, like, endurance or something. Or speed. Endurance and speed are just whatever. Like, if you make a synth sphere of a weapon, like, that's going to give you all the endurance and speed you need for any weapon, pretty much. So, like, literally it's not even worth thinking about endurance or speed ever. Plus, speed doesn't really do anything. It's like, it just gives you... It makes your speed gauge recharge faster, so you can charge up your combos more or something. I don't even know. I guess it matters for the long-range characters, because, you know, it increases their attack speed. But for, like, tone, it's like, whatever. Just the... Like, even if you run out of speed, just, like, the 2-hit combos that you do are just fine. Okay, so we still got about 3 floors left for both of our competitors here, so... Now that we have a lull in the action, it's time for our second bit of trivia. So, in this game, there is a fishing minigame that is beloved by many people, where, you know, you get a fishing pole from Alnet, and you go to the pond and you can catch some fish. And one of the fish has a very peculiar name, and it's named Umadakara. It's in Dark Cloud 1 and Dark Cloud 2. And you might look at that and you might be like, okay, Umadakara, that's just some weird Japanese name, like Masamune or something. But actually, Umadakara means, Uma means horse, and Dakara means because. So the full name of the fish is Because Horse. And you catch the fish, and you're like, wait a minute, this fish looks like a horse. And you look at it, and you're like, well, why is it a horse? And the name of the fish answers that question for you. It's Umadakara, because it's a horse. And, you know, what bait do you use to catch the Umadakara? You use a carrot. Why? Umadakara, because it's a horse. It's one of those, like, a really... I feel like the game designers, like, had a lot of fun with that. You know, they just kind of threw it in as a joke, like, I don't know, we need another fish. Let's just make it a horse. Why? I don't know, because it's a horse. Umadakara. So, probably, if you don't know Japanese, you wouldn't get that, but next time you're fishing, look for the Umadakara. It's, you know, it made me laugh the first time I caught it. Not as a kid, but, like, I was, like, replaying Dark Cloud 2, and I, like, caught the Umadakara, and I was like, oh, I get it. That's really funny. Okay, so now that that bit of trivia is over, Cury is now on floor 6. We got this Mimic here. Mimics are kind of freaky. You know, they're a staple of gaming, but they're a staple of Dark Cloud and Level 5 games in particular. Kind of notable. The good thing about Mimics is they can drop Dran's feathers. So if Cury happens to get a Dran's feather from one of the Mimics, that would be very nice. Because then he could blaze around at light speed. Didn't know about the Umadakara? Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't unless... I don't know, it's just kind of something you gotta intuit if you, like, know Japanese enough. Like, I'm sure, like, it's something that, like, you know, people in the Japanese version, like, picked up, like, right away. But, like, you know, it's one of those things that's just too hard to explain, like, in the context of the game. Because horse. Why is it a horse? Because. Shamshir. Shamshir for Chrissy. Shamshir's the best. Well, you know, second only to the, like, clown drops that you can get. But Shamshir's really, really good. It can cut down those statues, like, really easily. That is a huge pickup for Chrissy. Huge, huge, huge. So now they're pretty much on even footing. You know, obviously Chrissy is still one floor behind, but he should not drop any further now. Based surely on weapons. As long as he, you know, plays his cards right. Yeah, now he can just mow through these statues. 2 hits. Look at that. That's so satisfying. And now look over on Cury's stream. Yeah, it's taken him 4 hits to cut through a statue with the Gladius. Gladius is not bad, like I said, but it's not as good as the Shamshir. Still, though, got the Drance Crest. So he's just looking for the Atla now. I assume they both still have Atla to collect. It's really unusual to have all the Atla you need by floor 6. One sec. Okay. The Opal helped? I feel like the Shamshir usually... just based on the fact that I've played this game so much, I feel like... doesn't the Shamshir usually cut through them in 2 hits? It might have added a little bit more damage. But I feel like the Shamshir just on its own can cut through them in 2 hits. I might be wrong, but I think that's right. Also, another factor that might come into play is Cury just upgraded his Gladius to level 3. And if he can get to level 5, then he can break it down, and he can turn it into an attachment that he can put on other weapons. Which would be really nice. So if he finds, like, another weapon on top of this Gladius, then he can put his Gladius on that weapon and add to the attack. So he's on pace for that. Hey, he does have the the kitchen knife doesn't count. It's not a weapon. It's not even a weapon. It does not even count as a weapon. It's a cooking utensil. That's all it is. It's not gonna help you mow through enemies. So he's going to be looking for another weapon on top of that, for sure. Okay, Chrissy did switch to the dagger. I guess probably just... Oh, this might be like a big brain play, actually, because like it's, he's trying to like use up his dagger on this floor, so that next floor is a limited zone. Next floor, you're limited to only the weapon that you come in there with. You can't change weapons on floor 7. So that might be because he wants to use up the weapon hit points of the dagger here, so that he'll have enough weapon hit points for floor 7. Or it might just be because he doesn't have any repair powders. I'm not exactly sure. But either way, Cury is now on floor 7. So still in the lead. But Chrissy should be right behind him as soon as he picks up all this Atla. And it looks like he's got all of it. So he'll be heading to floor 7 here soon. Let's see what he does. Is he going to change back to the Shamshir, or is he going to, like, leave the dungeon? Yeah, okay, he's gonna leave the... Yeah, alright. It was just because he didn't have repair powders then. Okay. You still, I feel like these guys are both making pretty good time, though. Like, honestly, like, sub half hour for floor 7 is not too bad. We have had some pretty close races so far already. Like me and Utan, our race came down to like 20 seconds. And then, what was it? Casual oh yeah. It was casual speedrun versus stack of cheeseburgers that came down to like 10 seconds. So we'll see if this one's that close. I mean, it's gonna be hard to top 10 seconds in the difference in a 2-hour run. But you know, they are both still on floor 7, so this one's looking pretty close too. So we'll see. We'll see. I do have more trivia. Some of them relate to stuff in Wise Owl Forest. I feel like the Uma Takara one was my best one. Like, nothing's gonna be able to top that anymore. Like that was the only one that was like, oh, I really want to talk about this one. I guess there's one more to do with the Wise Owl Forest in general that I'll break out there. Another weapons chest for Cury. Okay. If this is good, then this could be huge. He could play this Gladius on this. Bone Rapier, that could work. That could work. Yeah, Bone Rapier is pretty good. It's especially good because it has ice. And the boss of this dungeon, Dran, is weak to ice. So if you could put the Gladius on the Bone Rapier, that already is pretty good. Or if he picks up a slingshot, like Bandit Slingshot or Bone Slingshot, then he could put the Gladius on that too. And that would be really good. So he has a lot of options. And he's already through all the floors. And here we run into Seda for the first time, a silver-haired gentleman with a BFG, a big sword. We don't know too much about him right now, except he looks evil, but is he really? I don't know. You'll have to play the game to find out. I'm sure most people know, but you know, he's got those red eyes. Red eyes means danger. Oh no, he missed. I bet I know what happened there. I bet he pressed one of the shoulder buttons, which is really stupid. That because it looked like he hit a button, like right when he was supposed to. But yeah, if you hit one of the shoulder buttons during those duels, like if you press R1 or L1 accidentally during the duel, then it counts as a press and you fail. Even though R1 and L1 aren't used in any of the duels, it's kind of dumb. I've had that happen a lot. And that's probably what happened to him there. But, you know, you can just thankfully for this duel, you can retry it. Like, and he got a Peridot. Cury is in such a good position. He just got a Peridot. Peridot's one of the better gems, especially for a run like this. Because it comes with attack +5 and holy +10. So, man, you know, if I was a betting man and I had to put money on this race, just based on sheerly like the amount of stuff that people have, I would probably bet on Cury right now because he has so much material to work with. He's got a Gladius that's level 3. He's got a Bone Rapier. and he's got a Peridot. Like, if that's all he gets the rest of the run, he's still in good position. But Kaiser does also have his Samshire, so if he plays it right, he can make it work also. Alright, so he's picking up his last little bit of Atla here. It's the stray cat. And I feel like when I was a kid, I was like, oh, I got the cat? I can get the cat? What can I do? I can add the cat to my party? Oh, that's great! You know, I feel like that was a moment of wonder for a lot of people who played this game as a kid. You know, because we're teased with the cat throughout the dungeon. And we finally get her in our party. Ooh. Ooh, Cury does not have a keg. Ooh, that's brutal. Okay, well, still, okay, he's improvising. He's thinking on the fly here. He can make Paige's house. And well, he can put down Pike, and then he can make Gaffer's buggy, and then he can get a Dran's feather, and then that'll help his search for the keg go faster. But that is unfortunate. I guess it must have been on floor 1, because it didn't look like he skipped any Atla. I guess he must have gotten like floor 1 with the keg, which is really unfortunate. But a huge chance for Chrissy if he has all of the Atla. And Chrissy is now at the Seda duel as well. The BFS duel. I'm gonna just make these callbacks because they're funny. Okay, Cury is... I guess he's trying to make money. I guess he's searching for things to sell. But okay. Oh, god damn it. Did anyone see, did Chrissy ace the duel? Did anyone see what Jammy got? I don't know why I was looking at Cury when there's a freaking duel going on Chrissy's stream. Did you see what Jammy got? You don't know? Okay. Well, we'll see it in his inventory later, I guess. You're okay. It's my job. I should frickin' be looking. I'm just hoping to outsource my job to someone else. Okay, but now Cury has to go... back to the dungeon. In search of that keg. It was a garnet? Oh, that's good. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah. He did just open his inventory, and I wasn't looking then either. So I'm glad you guys are on top of this. Yeah, he has a garnet. Okay, good. All right, so they both have attack gems, which is sweet. And Cury's restocking. Bought a bunch of Dran's feathers. I don't know why he's not... Yeah, there he goes. You can just warp to the dungeon through the menu. You don't gotta walk back to the entrance every time. Oh, and I guess I'll drop my frickin' very short bit of trivia here. Xiao means small in Chinese. A viewer told me that while I was streaming one time. Xiao, it's Chinese for small. Which is a very cute name for a cat, I will say. And I'm already through half my trivia, and we're only 40 minutes in, so... I mean, that's fine, we just got more run to watch. Okay, yeah, Chrissy does have all the elements of my house. Does he have all the elements of Gaffer's Buggy, though? Looks like yes. I assume he put down Pike already? Yeah, so, okay. So, with that, Chrissy may have taken the lead. We'll see. We'll see who gets to floor 9 first. It's going to be an issue of execution at this point. Oh, did Cury skip Atla on floor 2? Is that why he's going back to floor 2? I mean, I guess if you're going to skip Atla, like, floor 2's not bad. Because 3 of the Atla on floor 2 are static. They're all for Macho's house. Cury is burning time here, man. Cury is, like, you know, he had the lead, and now he's just burning it. So this is kind of painful to watch here as Kaiser goes through the Xiao cutscenes. Gets his little kitty. Names it Ow. I guess Ow means blue in Japanese, so different naming scheme. Not with 3 A's, only 1 A, but, you know, it's just, we gotta emphasize it. We gotta emphasize how blue it is. There's not a bit of blue on the cat, but, you know, just gotta emphasize, no, it's blue. It's a blue cat. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Okay, Cury left the dungeon. Still no keg? Yeah, he's like, surely I've got to have the keg by now. Surely, come on. You know, I get it. I get the feel. Chrissy's still going through the Xiao cutscene, though. Although, no, Cury has to watch this entire cutscene when he gets keg. Also. Yeah, this is real bad for Cury. This is real unlucky. So yeah, Chrissy, I feel like it's safe to say Chrissy is back in the lead. Absolutely. Because of this keg, like, keg hunt, keg search. This has really cost a lot of time for Cury. Is it Cury or Curry? Not sure. But either way. Chrissy's now restocking. Getting ready for the second half of the dungeon. And Cury is still looking for that keg. That means I'm going to need to get my notes out. Because I'm going to need to keep track of Atla. See how well I do. Alright, so Chrissy is heading to floor 9 here. Okay, did Cury get the keg? Okay. You can leave the dungeon. Cury didn't need to get the Durant's Crest there. He could have just, like, left the dungeon. It does cost half your money if you don't have an escape powder, but that's fine. Like, you're not going to pick up that much money in the dungeon anyway, but I guess you didn't know that. But okay, they're not too far apart. Like, Cury just has to sit through this cutscene and names it Ow too. All right, you know that's the canonical new name of Xiao. It's Ow. Canonically, from this moment forward, her name is Ow, with 3 A's. It's so funny. They both named her with the same number of A's. I don't know how that happens. It's just one of those funny coincidences. But okay. Chrissy's now spelunking further into the dungeon. And for this half of the dungeon, you need 5 things. And they're all for Dran's Windmill, which you just picked up. So check that off. Dran's Windmill. You need Dran's Bone, you need Dran's Horn, you need Torch, and you need Sign. And that's all for Dran's Windmill. That's all you need. And then you can move on. But until you get all 5 of those things to complete Dran's Windmill, you cannot move on. But he has 1 already, which is, you know, really nice. But, you know, we were all thinking, like, oh, Cury's in the lead, you know, he's got this one in the bag, and then freaking, you know, whoops, didn't pick up a keg, and now Chrissy's in the lead, so it could swing back the other way just as easily. Cury's going for the double Dran's Feather strat on his active items. Which I respect. I like the idea, because, like, when your first Dran's Feather runs out, then you got another one, and you just press right on the directional pad, and then you don't have to open the menu. I would like to see him put a revival powder up there. Just in case he has already died once this run. So if he dies again and he doesn't have a repair powder, I keep saying that. If he doesn't have a revival powder, and he's gonna have to just leave the dungeon. So that would be bad. But still, you know, they're both on floor 9. Despite all of this. Okay, Dran's Bone for Cury. Okay, so they both have 1. Okay, this is still kind of an even race. This really is. Dran's Windmill. Okay, alright. So Cury has 2. Chrissy has 1. They're both on floor 9. And whoever can complete Dran's Windmill the fastest has the advantage. Because then they can just skip all the rest of the Atla. And they can just go. Speaking of going, that is something that Chrissy's stream is not doing. I guess it's just frame drops. Maybe it's an internet issue. We'll switch to Cury's audio for the time being here. Looks like it's still, you know, okay. Like it's not like his game crashed. It's just his stream is not streaming. Hopefully that just resolves itself, I guess. It is going, like on his Twitch stream. I wonder if it's a speed gaming issue. Could they like refresh the stream or something? Huh. Who would I even ping about that? I don't know. I literally just joined the Discord here apropos of nothing. Hold on 1 second. We'll see if Aussie's on it. I just pinged him because he said stuff before the stream started. Ping volunteer. Okay. All right, hopefully someone will get on that. I was not looking, so I'm not sure if Cury picked up any more Atla, and I certainly don't know if Chrissy did. Nobody knows. It's a mystery. Chrissy got a cabin. That's whatever. Okay, one of the frames that I saw of Chrissy's stream was him getting Dran's bone. So, okay, I think they're neck and neck in terms of Atla. I think they both have Dran's windmill, and Dran's bone. Yeah, Aussie responded. I assume he's working on it. Looks like Cury's in the lead for now. And he's on floor 11, which is a Shao limited zone. There we go. Okay. Chrissy's back. Alrighty. Like I said, I don't know if I missed any Atla. I hope not. I did see, like, Cury picked up, like, something that was one word. Which could have been torture sign. Okay, is it not working again? Oh my gosh. We might just have to deal with this. It's behind. It's ahead slightly. It does slightly. It's 1 second, hopefully. I hope 1 second is not the difference of this run. I mean, even if it is, like, we can... like, just assume after the fact. Like, we can, like, retroactively be like, okay, Cury was here during this point. I would rather have a smooth stream than, worry about a stream that's 1 second ahead. But okay. Both of the players are looking for a slingshot. Does not appear that either of them has gotten one yet. The bandit slingshot is the holy grail of this run, in general, honestly. Because the bandit slingshot is just so overpowered for when you get it. It has like 30-something attack, when most weapons have like 10 or 20. 20 at most. Like, and that's for like the optimal weapons. So freaking getting a bandit slingshot for either player would be huge. Yeah, Cury did get a Chris knife. It's not that important. Like, it's good to sell later, I guess. But he's already got, like, honestly, once you got like a weapon that's like a gladius or a bone rapier or a Chris knife, like once you have one of them, you usually just want to stick with that one, so you can get abs on it or ABS, and level it up. Ooh, Chris got a sax. Let's see if he switches to that. Looks like he is. Yeah, I mean, like, it's just something you, like, you just learn. Is he gonna equip it? Yeah. You gotta equip the weapon to use it. Oh, but he's cursed. This is so relatable. This is everybody's experience with Dark Cloud right here. Like, you ignore curse because it's just like, oh, I can't change weapons. I don't want to change weapons anyway. And then you get a new weapon and you're like, oh, let me change weapons. And it's like, oh shit, I can't. But if you leave the dungeon, then it gets rid of all your status ailments. So, he might opt to do that. No slingshot for either player, though. Which, I would be down for an all-tone race. I would be down for that. Like, if nobody picks up a slingshot ever, like, I'd be fine with that. It's not usual. It's, like, usually someone picks up a slingshot, but if neither one of them picks up anything and we're just going with tone, like, that would be kind of hype, actually. Okay, sign for Cury. Okay, so from what I've seen, Cury has 3 and Chrissy has 2. Cury's leaving the dungeon. Because he has Dran's windmill complete. Or where's his sign? Well, no, he just picked up the... Yeah, that was the one he just picked up. Okay, yeah. No, he does. Okay, all right. Just like, I'm literally like, oh, he got a sign. Wait, where's his sign? It's at the bottom, because he just picked it up. So we got Dran's windmill complete on floor 13. I mean, he didn't have to leave the dungeon yet. He could have just, skipped through everything on floor 14, but, he got excited. He was like, aha! I got Dran's windmill already. Let me go put it down. Which, it is exciting, so I get the feeling. But yeah, I'd say Cury is back in the lead now. Thanks to that. Like, absolutely. Like, Chrissy was in the lead going into this half of the dungeon, but now Cury is in the lead going out of it. Windmill blades. Windmill blades are just for the like little mini windmills that you put around. They're kind of just decoration. They don't really do anything. They're for completionists. I'm not sure what he has, but like you need Dran's windmill. You need three things with Dran's in it. You need Dran's windmill, Dran's bone, and Dran's horn, and then you need torch and sign. So that's what he's looking for. But yeah, this is huge for Cury. He even skipped some Atla, which is baller. He even skipped some Atla on what was that? Floor 10? Throws a bomb in celebration, you know, lighting some fireworks. I've done that so many times. What, dude? Why are you collecting Atla? Come on, bro. Come on. Just go. Just go. You got the lead. Now run. You got the baton. You got to run. What are we doing, Cury? What are we doing? All right, we're fighting. Okay, yeah. And he just, you know, instinctively started picking up Atla, and then he was like, oh shit. Am I allowed to swear? I hope so. He was like, oh no. I didn't mean to do that. I've done that too. Definitely appears that Chrissy has not gotten everything he needs. I don't know what all we missed during that choppy section of gameplay, but he's still opening Atlas, so I assume he doesn't have everything, which means Cury absolutely still is in the lead. Did Cury break his weapon? Yes, he did. Which is kind of... Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, he had his 2 gems on that weapon. And he's good, oh no. His good luck is making him giddy. He's slipping up. Gotta get it together. Okay, sign for Chrissy. Is that everything he needs? Almost. Still needs the horn. Needs the horn still. Or is it the bone? I can never tell. They're both just the Duran's X. The Duran's whatever. And this is a real feel bad moment for Cury. He has to freaking run through the rest of this dungeon with goo and 13 health. This is where the lack of repair powders is really coming to bite him. I keep saying revival powder. Yep. Because now he has nothing. He has to leave. So, huge chance for Chrissy here. It's going back and forth, I tell you. You know, you think one guy has the lead, the other guy just, you know, gets it back. Just that easy. That's how it's been all run. Okay, Cury's searching for money, I assume? I feel like he probably has enough to sell. Like, I think he picked up a tram oil or something. Like, he could just probably sell some random junk. And buy some revival powder. Yeah, he has a bunch of junk. He's got a lot of junk in the trunk. A lot of fishing bait. We're not catching any Umadakuras today, so we don't need that fishing bait. And you can't catch Umadakuras with pricklies anyway, because horse. Oh yeah, I haven't been watching Chrissy's stream. Really long derail. Did he like go all the way up there to the top and like run there and back? Yeah, he probably could have skipped it and come back, but also it's a race, so to get a bump. Oh yeah, that's always feels bad. That's like hard to even tell what to do, really. I really wish Cury would buy some revival powders. I really wish he would, you know? Like, you know, if you're a YOLO baller, like, skipping the revival powders might make sense because you have more room for bombs, but, you know, he's already died twice this run. I wish he would just buy some revival powders. I really do. Shamshire broke? Okay. We're breaking weapons all run, you know? It's easy to have happen. It really is. Like, I've broken so many weapons I can't even count. And both of these runners are getting a first-hand taste of what it's like to break weapons. I guess, in comparison, Cury breaking his weapon is not as big of a deal because he has 2 backup weapons. Wait, Chrissy has a sax, doesn't he? Or what happened to the sax? Wait. He got a sax, didn't he? Or did he break that too? Or... I'm gonna have to wash. I guess he might just be waiting until the next enemy to equip it. Okay, he got the horn. So Chris is back in the lead. All right. Cury has had a bunch of mishaps just back to back that have really, you know, set him back a ways. Oh, he's cursed. Yeah. Got it. Makes sense. I guess good on him to, maybe he broke the Shamshire on purpose, actually. That might have been a play, because, he had a sax, and he deliberately switched to the Shamshire. I mean, at this point, you kind of have enough repair powders that, like, it's not really, like, that worth it to break a weapon on purpose, but I do sometimes break weapons on purpose just to be like, okay, this is a bone rapier, it only sells for 1 gilda, like, I'd rather just use up all the weapon hit points and break this weapon than, like, you know, spend that extra 1 attack. You know what I mean. That might have been the thought process, or it might have been an accident. But he did deliberately switch off of the off of the sax. So I feel like he probably did it on purpose. Which would be kind of big brain. You know, saving himself 1 attack's worth of damage. Oh yeah, he did just sell attack plus 2, didn't he? I mean, I guess he feels like he has enough attack Alright, equip an ice for Dran. Yup. So, Divine Beast Dran. I have no trivia for this guy. He's just a big flying griffin, I guess? I don't know. He's just a big dude. Big winged furry creature. Of how to Tame Your Dragon Mystique. And he's the, I don't know what you'd call him. The freaking guardian spirit of Norrøn Village. But he's possessed by the Dark Genie, so we have to knock some sense into him. I do wonder what the inspiration behind some of these antagonists is. Makes you think. But, to beat this guy, all you gotta do is, knock him out of the sky with the slingshot. And he's gonna fire fireballs at you. And if you, fall into the hole made by those fireballs, you're in for a bad time. Then you walk up with Tone. You slash him. And it looks like Chrissy's going for the super safe strat of, you know, he has a strong weapon, so it's, you know, not the worst play to just go for the single jump slashes. You can, if you're good, run in and, you know, whack him. You can, like, whack him once, and then use that whack to, like, charge up a jump slash, and then use the jump slash, and then, combo that into another slash, and then keep going back and forth. Or you can, like, just combo single slashes together and keep him stun locked. It's hard, though, because, like, his hitbox is really strange. Like you saw right there, he got hit by his back foot. And his back foot has, like, a really strange, strangely large hitbox in comparison to the rest of his body. Oh yeah, Cury's already in Dran too. He's might not be prepared, you don't think? I mean, yeah, he broke his bone rapier. We'll see how this goes. He doesn't have any stamina drinks, I know. Is he going for a bomb strat? That would be fun. There is a bomb strat also. I don't know if he knows that. Now, are we going for single jump slashes? Yeah, we're going for single jump slashes. This ought to take about 10 hits or so. But yeah, I guess... okay, he's trying to go for the combo. It's just he hasn't practiced. But yeah, the front half of Dran's body, like, has a much smaller hitbox than the back half. And it's like... But not even the back half, just the feet. So, like, when he stands up like that, he just, like, his hitbox grows, like, all of a sudden, and you have to be ready for it, and you have to be ready to, like, back off, and, like, you know, you have to be constantly watching him, and he moves unpredictably. So this fight is hard, you know, it's the first boss fight in the game, but it's a hard one. Like, I still struggle with it. I really do. Like, you gotta be watching him, you gotta be juking and jiving, you gotta be at the right distance based on the sword you're using. Because each sword has a different reach. And you gotta make sure you hit him, but you don't get too close that you get hit. It's hard. And then, yeah, even when he flies away, he can just hit you. But okay. Chrissy has made it to Marataki Village. And there in the distance is a man named Goro, or a boy, I guess. A boy from Marataki Village, that's his description. And he challenges you to a duel because he thinks you're the Dark Genie for some reason. Does everyone else have audio? I have audio. I don't know about everyone else. Okay, let's see. This is a hard duel. This is really hard. Yeah, he got too antsy on the diagonal. And this duel is a really brutal one to lose because you gotta wait for him to jump all the way back up to his house. And you gotta wait for Tone to look up all shocked. And then you gotta run. Yeah, he doesn't even know what to do. He's like, duel me again, bro. Freaking, can't you just duel me again? No. You gotta leave. You gotta go all the way back to Marataki Village. You gotta go back in. And you gotta frickin' reinitiate the fight. It literally costs 2 minutes. Even if you play it, like, perfectly. To frickin' reinitiate this duel. Yes, I am aware. The cutoff is 2:30, and what I'm not aware of is, like, how that's defined, specifically. Like, are we going based on floor, or are we going based on floor plus Atla? Like, does the Atla, like, weigh it down? I mean, I guess we'll just make the call based on who appears to be in the lead at the moment. Yeah, Chrissy is just so confused. He just does not know. He's just like, can't this guy just duel me again? Like, and he could actually. You can go to Waizawa Forest without dueling Goro. It's just, you know, like once you finish the first half, you're gonna have to duel him, and then you're gonna have to, like, he might get confused again, and he might be like, okay, I've dueled him, now what? Because you have to, like, duel him, and then you have to leave and come back, and then frickin' give him the bone necklace, the skull necklace, whatever it is. This is just the kind of stuff that can happen in this run, you know, like, you're not ready for things to go wrong, and when they go wrong, it's sometimes really unintuitive how to fix them. But yeah, he's going into the dungeon without fighting Goro. Well, without, you know, beating Goro. So, that ought to be interesting for later. But okay. Here's the Waizawa Forest, and here's time for my, I think, 5th bit of trivia. So in Japanese, this forest is actually called Shirohige Fukuro no Mori, which translates to the Forest of the Bearded Owls, the Forest of the White Bearded Owls. So Waizawa is actually a localization. And you might be saying, like, well, white beards, but they have white mustaches. And that's a thing in Japanese where it's like, beards and mustaches are the same thing. They have the same word. If you want to mention a mustache in particular, you have to say, like, kuchihige, like, mouth beard, or whatever. But the original name of the wise owls was the white bearded owls. And I guess, like, the localizers probably wisely decided that was too much of a mouthful. That is not a cool name in English. So they probably just decided to come up with a different name for them, and they were like, well, they look pretty wise. They know the way to go, you know. You have to freaking collect the three different, like, keys, and, the owls will tell you which way to go once you do that. So they seem pretty wise, so let's call them the wise owls, you know. It makes sense to me, but I don't know. There's my trivia. They were called the white mustached owls in Japanese, which is a much lamer name. It kind of makes them sound like just generic baddies. So I like Wise Owl a lot better. And I feel like they wouldn't have been as mysterious if they were just the white-bearded owls in English, but there's your piece of trivia. Yeah, it is kind of out of left field to host Dark Cloud, but you know what? We're having fun with this tournament. This tournament's getting pretty exciting, I'd say. So, thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting this, as always. But okay, like I kind of mentioned there, basically you're just running through the woods, trying to collect the 3 keys that the owl wants, and he only wants one of them. He only wants the chestnut, the berry, or the shiny stone. And if you give him the wrong one, he'll just shake his head and be like, nope, try again. Then you have to give him another one. And he's like, yes, I want that one. And then he lets you go. And you do that every level. I don't know, I feel like the Wise Owl is kind of cute. Cury missed the duel too. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see if they realize... Like, what if they both just cannot figure out how to progress the story? Surely they'll figure it out. Surely once they get to freaking the Serpent Sword section, they'll realize, okay, we need to duel Goro, and then we need to talk to him again. We need to leave the area, come back, and talk to him again in order to progress the story. The race might come down to that, actually. It might. It might come down to who figures that out first. Oh, yeah. Okay, last bit of trivia. Those things are cannibal plants, which doesn't make a lot of sense if you think about it, because, wait, a cannibal plant would be a plant that eats other plants, right? So why does it attack you? Well, in Japanese, it's the man-eating plant. And I guess the localizers, you know, kind of drop the ball. I give them props on the Wise Owl translation, but the cannibal plants, it makes no sense. It makes 0 sense, because a cannibal plant would be a plant that eats plants. But no, it's a man-eating plant. It's a plant that eats people. So I don't know. They just like the word cannibal, I guess. They were just having a field day with changing the words. You gotta have nuance when you're translating. You absolutely do. Carnivorous plant, yes. That's a good one. Although, I feel like maybe not all the localizers were on the same page, because Steve, when you, like Steve the Slingshot, there's a magical talking slingshot named Steve, he does point that out when you fight the cannibal plant. You're like, wait. Or Steve is like, wait, a cannibal plant? Like a plant that eats other plants? So, I don't know. I feel like maybe the writers of Steve were, like, different from the translators that translated the names of the enemies. I don't know. But whatever. It all blends together to make this very unique and nostalgic experience, so it's cool. It's just funny. But very quaint. Also. Yeah, I don't think there was a Steve in the Japanese version, right? I think Steve was added for the English version, they just created a bunch of dialogue. I could be wrong. I don't know. It always interests me, this localization stuff. Oh, no, it cuts off after 2 hours and 30 minutes of gameplay, not at 2:30 p.m. So I guess as far as Atla goes for this first half of the dungeon, people have different, like, perceptions of, like, how the game... Like, I feel like nobody really has, nobody really understands how the Atla works for this first half of this dungeon, but it definitely has something to do with the rivers being placed near the end of the Atla that you pick up. And we're not sure exactly, like, how the game calculates that or anything, but generally, like, you'll have to pick up all the Atla, and some of the very last Atla you pick up will be rivers. Like, the rivers will be stacked towards the end of whatever group of Atla you decide to pick up. Like, if you pick up all the Atla from 1 to 6, you're going to get no rivers, and then you're going to get all the rivers on 7 and 8. If you skip all the Atla on floor 2, then all the rivers are going to be on floor 2. It's something like that. So, which is really annoying. But what that means is essentially you need all the Atla in this half. Like, you can't skip anything. You already found out about how the rivers work? Yeah, I mean, it's basically what I said, though, isn't it? I guess I phrased it wrong. It's not that nobody knows, it's more like, it's roughly that, and it's just really hard to, like, optimize around it. Like, there's no way to game it, really. I don't know. I mean, I guess for a while I thought that there was just like one floor that always had the rivers, but that's just confirmation bias. It screwed me over out of a lot of runs. I do also like how neither player has gotten a slingshot yet. I will just point that out also. So we're still just tone mains the whole way. Cury does have his Gladius at level 4, so anytime he wants, he can drop that power-up powder and get a Sin Sphere. He could do it now and put it on the Chris knife, but also, like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, once he gets the Serpent Sword, he should probably do it. But I feel like the Chris knife is, like... yeah. I mean, it's probably still worth it, but it's not as big of a deal now. Yeah, the Wazalo Forest kind of sucks. It's basically just... You gotta hope the owl's nice. You gotta hope that all the Atla are where you want them to be. You gotta hope that these pockles don't poison you. That you can get in close and kill them before they kill you. If you're going for like a bone slingshot route, you gotta bomb the pockles and try and get mage and wind. But nobody here is going for that because we're just playing to Utan. So it's just try and go fast despite the fact that the forest sucks. The music is swag, though. Chrissy's in a very worrying position here because he's poisoned and thirsty, and he has no revival powder equipped. So if he's not careful, he could just die in, like, mid-stride. Like, he's just running from one place to another and he just drops dead. And if he doesn't have a stand-in powder, then he just has to leave. Okay, he found a spring, though, so that's good. Yeah, if one of them is at the second half and the other's not, then the person who's at the second half would win. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, what if they're both, like one person's on floor 14, one person's on floor 13, but the person on floor 13 has row and balcony, and the other person only has row. Like, what do you do? You'd have to probably, like, weigh out, like, how much each outlaw is worth and, like, compare that to the worth of a floor. Sounds really complicated. Like, I could go until, probably 4... Well, I'm in mountain time. So let me see. Let me do the math here. I could probably do, I could probably go up until about, like, 3 hours and 20. Okay, you decided to call it by... Okay, so if, like, Cury's on floor 14, and Chrissy's on floor 13, but Chrissy has 2 Atla and Cury has 1, then Chrissy wins. That's what you're saying? Okay. Alright, fair. Fair enough. Any more than that, and it would be too complicated. So Chrissy has a sizable lead here. He's on floor 5. 2-floor lead. And Cury is still kind of early on in floor 3 as well. But it's all going to come down to whoever can figure out how to get past Goro. That's really going to be the crux of the run. Because if one person can and the other one can't, that's the game right there. That's GG. So that's kind of what it's all going to come down to. Oh, damn. Okay, so there's like 3 layers of tiebreakers. So it goes Atla, then floor, then the timing of entering that floor. Okay. Sure. That makes sense. I just really wish Cury would buy some revival powers. I just cannot drop that. Chrissy just doesn't have one equipped. Or in his inventory. Or, okay, I guess he does. Come on, equip it. Equip it, Chrissy. Chrissy. Equip your revival powder. Making me nervous, man. I don't want one of these guys to die again. Making me nervous. I mean, I do respect the double Dran's Feather strat from Cury. I really do. Like, that is a baller way to play. Just like, I'm not gonna die. I just need another Dran's Feather. You know, so I don't have to open the menu. Oh, it's because of... I see. Yeah, it's because of the deadline. Yeah, because I guess we need like half an hour to do the end comments. I get it. Still no slingshot for either player. He is playing with fire here, man. He's poisoned, he's nearly thirsty, and he has 12 health. And no revival powder. I don't want to see him die again. I really don't. I really do not want to see this man die again. But it's looking like he's close. 8 health. He had the right idea there for a second. He was like, oh, let me switch to Shao. So I don't die. Yeah, he's trying. I guess he doesn't have any bread either. He's like, really? No bread? Nothing? He has a banana. Use the banana. Yes. Now use some water. Yeah, there you go. There's using your brain. There's using your noggin. Although we did have some chicken also. That's okay. That's for later. That's for after this batch of health. Okay. Oh god. Okay. So Cury's gonna absorb his gems into his sack. I guess this sax is just his endgame weapon. Like he's decided, you know what, I don't need Serpent Sword. I don't need it. Nah. Sax is all I need. I'm not gonna break this sax. I'm not gonna break it down. I'm not gonna turn it into a Sin Sphere. No. Sax. Done. That's all I need. If I pick up a Bandit Slingshot, that's enough. 30 attack. We are good. Chrissy is keeping up with his health. Getting poisoned in this game is really easy. Like, it's really, really easy to get poisoned in this game. Like, you can just... especially because you're trying to go fast. Like, and you have to diagonally run. Like, sometimes you'll just be running through a corridor and you'll just run into a bat. There'll just be a bat there, and you'll get poisoned. And it's like, oh, well, what was I supposed to do about that? And the answer is nothing. Yeah, I mean, Bandit Slingshot would be good. Still. But it would be better with a gem. It would be better with a garnet. That would be 35 attack. Looks like Cury had to go shopping. It happens. And now he's on Xiao's limited zone. This might be interesting. Let's see how Cury handles this limited zone. Because I think he has a few bombs. He's got, he brought 3 there just now. So he has like 5. Let's see what he does here. Hey, Mike Zord. Yes, I wish the racers good luck for you. But also, good luck on your next match as well, whatever that may be. He equipped the revival powder, hooray! Now we're good. Now there's no fear of death. Okay, it looks like Cury has enough bombs for this floor. Like, plenty. Which is good. He's keeping up with his bombs. That's good. That's definitely something you gotta keep an eye on. Bombs are very overpowered in this game. They can one-hit pretty much anything. Up until the very end of the game. We're talking like the final dungeon. Well, I guess that's not true. There's stuff in Sun and Moon Temple that take 2 bombs. Stuff in Moonsea. I guess up at like 4th dungeon and on, stuff starts dying in 2 bombs. But even then, not everything. There's still a lot that only takes 1 bomb. But yeah, the strategy in Wise Owl Forest is a little different, because it's like, do I want to go and check every single key as soon as I get it? Or do I want to wait and collect all 3 keys so I'm guaranteed to get through the owl check? And it's kind of just like, if you happen to run into the owl, you may as well drop off your keys. And I guess that's just the way I play it, is like, if I happen to run into the owl, I'll drop off my keys, and if I don't see the owl for a while, I'll just go around and I'll kill everything until I know I have all 3 keys. Or I run into the owl first, you know. I guess I mentioned that because Cury did... Although with the floor layout, it was kind of like... he did have a choice there between dropping off his keys at the owl by running across the level and jumping over the Xiao gap, or running to the right and searching for the shiny stone. And he chose to drop off his keys, and it paid off. So, you know, it's a gamble that makes sense to make also, you know. So, we are on floor 7 with Chrissy. Let's see. I think floor 8 is the Killer Snake. So is he there? Well, after he collects his Atla, he will be. I really have not been paying attention to any of the Atla because it's like the river is just going to be like here. Oh wait, oh no, there's one more floor. Yeah, floor 8 is a normal floor, and then floor 9 is the killer snake. Yeah, that's it. So we still got one more floor to go. What is an Utan % tournament? It's a race to the second boss of this game. Or also what Speed Gaming just said. And we have a full bracket of 9 players. And this is the last round of round 2. Whoever wins this is going to move on to face Word of Wind. And whoever loses it will go against... I was wondering that before. Let me actually... Can I process of elimination it? See, it's Yushan versus winner of Matthew and Casual. And then, let's see. Oh, Mike Zord. It's going to be Mike Zord. Yeah. Yeah, whoever loses this is going to go against Mike Zord in the loser's bracket. That's right, yeah. And then, I guess it'll be time for round 3. So I guess I'm gonna have to figure something out with stack of cheeseburgers. You're fighting Dark Genie? Nice, good luck. Who's your main? I like your name also. I help with Dark Cloud Games. That's a very specific name, but I respect it. Tone and Ruby. That's very, I don't know. That's very meta, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of like the old school meta. If there is such a thing for a game this old. That's like the strategy guide recommendation from back in the day. I mean, Ruby is kind of like objectively the best long-range character because she can charge her attacks. But also, just in a speed run, it's too hard to level her up. Yeah, and I think according to like what Word of Wind posted in the Discord that one time, it was like there's just a special check, like if the character you're using is Ruby, then have the damage output be this much higher. And it's like, what? Okay, just for Ruby. It's like, all right. I guess the game just really wants you to use Ruby. We're finally picking up the rivers with Chrissy here. Yeah, he's getting owled. Typical owl. Those wise owls are too smart. They're too wise for us. They always think they know better. Never gonna let you through. And he's not just getting owled, but he's getting mimicked. I mean, he's still, like, in such a huge lead right now that it's like... This alone is not going to be such a problem. Again, it's all going to come down to who can figure out how to get past Goro first. That's the crux of this run. because neither of them have done the Goro duel yet. Yeah, I think I played, well, I probably beat this game like 10 plus times as a kid, and I, like, at some point, like, on my third playthrough or something, I was like, let me use Osmond. Let me go and grind Divine Beast Cavern with Osmond. And I was like, he's cool, you know. I liked all of his weapons. But then I got to the Dark Genie and I had the frickin' flamethrower weapon and I couldn't beat him. And I was like, crap. And then I just kind of gave up. Yeah. You're more of a Dark Cloud 2 guy, I'm guessing. I guess I really just enjoy this game so much because it was, like, kind of an escape for me as a kid. You know? Like, obviously I was a kid, so I didn't have money to buy a lot of games, but this one I could just go back and play and just kind of zone out and frickin' just kind of focus on, like, playing it quickly. So I was kind of like speedrunning it already, just kind of like for fun. So it was kind of like just a natural progression to just stream myself doing that. And then learn more from people who are better at it than me. Cury, man. Revival Potters. I wish you could hear me. I wish you could hear me through the stream. Cury. When are we gonna buy Revival Patterns, man? This is the third death. Hurts to watch. You got thousands of hours on both Dark Clouds, yeah. They're pretty very replayable. Like the most replayable. People who love them really love them. And we are both in that boat. Yeah, pro gamers need no revival powders. That's for sure. So, okay, so Chrissy is finished with the first half, so let's see if you can figure out how to get past Goro. I mean, this I'm interested in. This, seeing if you can figure it out, that he has to frickin' go, do Goro, leave, come back, talk to him again, give him the pendant. Can he figure that out? And how quickly can he? You thought about speedrunning your current playthrough? Yeah. It does take some practice to like get your first run through. I think my very first speedrun that I was actually like, okay, I'm gonna do this in one sitting, took me like 12 hours. And like halfway through it, I had to just lay down and frickin' rest my hands because my hands were like throbbing. Like it takes a lot of like you build muscles in your hands when you do like long runs like this, and I didn't realize it until then. Plus it's like mentally taxing as well, so it's not easy to do a single segment run, but you know, it is also something anyone can do if they put in enough time and practice and patience. Yeah, Chris, he has no idea what to do. He doesn't know. Like I said, I am excited to see who can figure this out first. He doesn't even know. Wait, so did he activate Cacao already? If he did, that was really quick. Like, I was talking about some other stuff. No, he did. He just needed a cabin. Okay. All right. So we got Cacao. All right. So this, yes, we figured this much out with enough time and understanding. Now the real question is, can he figure out how to get past Goro? And we've probably got another 10 minutes or so until we figure out the answer. You're still working through floor 7. Now I'm starting to think, like, should I bring up the revival powder situation to Cury when he comes on for the post-game interview? Or should I just let him figure that out? I feel like I should probably... I just don't know the right way to ask him about it. That sounded like, I don't know, like a know-it-all. I guess just ask him, just say, like, revival powders. What do you think about them? Did you know about them? Oh, we're at Goro. Okay, round 2. Here we go. Chrissy's got it. He's got it figured out. And he aced it. You know what? Props to Chrissy. Props. Huge props. And he got a Peridot. Man. He is just showing off now. He's just flexing. Alright, so we got the Hunter Earring. And now we need to use that on Trent. And then he should be able to figure the rest out. Like, the hard part was knowing that you had to go back to Goro. Like, I was kind of picturing that he would, like... Well, I guess he couldn't... Yeah, he couldn't do the Serpent Sword thing until he did the first Goro duel, actually. So yeah, well, I was picturing that he would do the Serpent duel, and then he would have to go talk to Goro twice, but that's not actually how it works. You have to duel Goro, then go to Trent, then do the snake thing, then go back to Goro. And then you can go. Which is really hard to figure out even, you know, like on a casual playthrough. Like, let alone in a race setting. But it looks like Chrissy's definitely figured it out. Hold on 1 second. So we're using the Serpent Sword, looks like. He did absorb his Garnet already, which is unfortunate, but... I mean, is the Serpent Sword better than the Sax? I guess because of all the anti-monster. Not sure which one has higher attack. In a full game run, you would like turn the Serpent Sword into a Synth Sphere, and you would put that on whatever slingshot you got, and then you'd build up the slingshot using the Serpent Sword attributes. And it makes it really easy because it has a lot of good ones that you need for slingshots. Almost got the duel there. I think he missed the first one and the last one. But really, like, he's got a Peridot, he's good. Like, for a race like this, it's... Like, I would probably even skip that duel, but... It's pretty short, also. If he aces this, I'm gonna be so impressed. I'm fucking impressed. Oh my god, wow, that's a hard one. That is a hard duel. He didn't even need to. He really didn't. I'm telling you, Chrissy's flexing. He's like, you know what? I love this game. I'm gonna show how much I love it by acing all these duels. That's awesome. I mean, I mess up that duel every now and again. And I've been, like, speedrunning this game every week for, like, a year. That is not an easy duel to ace. You think so? The snake has more buttons. Gore's duel has the diagonal. They're definitely comparable. I've gotten Gore more consistent than Snake, personally. I don't know how it is for you. I guess the fact that you have to do the diagonal with the joystick... Like, I've definitely messed up a couple duels because, like, I was not pressing up left precisely enough. But I still feel like, for me, it's more consistent. They move faster. News to me. It's alright, Flying Walrus. You're here for the best part. You're here for the end game. We're racing to 2:30. We'll see who gets the furthest first before that timeline. Yeah. I mean, Cury did get off to a really good start, but kind of, I mean, he died a bunch. And then I think he got stuck on... Oh, yeah, it was the keg. Yeah, he missed keg. It was on, like, floor 1 of Divine Beast Cavern, and he had to, like, go searching for it. And he pretty much lost the lead there. Tragic backstory here for Goro. His father didn't abandon him, he just died. Nothing you can do about that. But he still hates him. He resents him for leaving him alone. But he'll prove himself in battle when he becomes an ally. Or when he joins the alley, as it's mistranslated later. Right, yeah. Die like a hero instead of dying to the illness. Okay. For a second, I was like, you know that you don't have to spin smash those, right? He knew. He just held it down. I mean, there's no real opportunity to exploit the Serpent Sword's invincibility. I guess, like, it... Yeah, there really isn't. Like, I guess you could make a case that you could, like, use the invincibility to, like, go back to earlier levels, but no, even that, like, you wouldn't need to fight anything in those levels, yeah. Because, the Serpent Sword is invincible up until you beat, the Serpent. But in order to beat the Serpent, you need all the rivers. And you can't get all the rivers until, like, floor 7 if you collect all the Atla. Or probably even floor 8. And by that point, you're gonna have killed everything anyway. And then after that point, it becomes uninvincible. So there's no way. Okay, and Cury has figured out how to dual Goro too, but we'll see if he can figure out that he needs to go back. Well, I feel like it's pretty intuitive, actually. Like, it's more intuitive than I thought it would be. Because it's like, you need to dual Goro in order to talk to Trent, and you need to talk to Trent to fight the snake. So I don't think there's any way that he can, like, get lost here, actually. Rivers are like, it's so weird. It's like they're freaking apparently just, they're coded to be picked up at the very end, like, of whatever Atla you decide to pick up. So if you pick up all the Atla in the first half of the dungeon, then you're going to pick up the rivers last. And if you pick up all the Atla on floor 1, and then you skip the ones on floor 2, and then you pick up the rest, they're all going to be on floor 2, because they're the last ones you picked up. There's just, you just have to get everything. There's just nothing else to it. At least that's how I understand it. Word of Wind actually looked into it, so if I'm wrong, he can correct me. Aha, so Cury finally breaks down his Gladius. He's gonna put it on the Serpent Sword. This was his plan all along. I can see it in his cursor movements. He had this plan the whole time. Oh wow. Okay. Instead of there just being 8 rivers, there's just one river that has a counter of 8. Damn. Wait, so it's not necessarily at the end? It just usually is because it's weighted to be near the end. Well then, how come you can like go to floor 7, pick up 2, and then go to floor 8 and pick up like 5? In that case. Oh shit! I should be I should be keeping track of the Atla. It does matter. It does matter. It actually really matters because that's the tiebreaker. Actually, yeah, it doesn't matter at all. Well, not much that Cury is behind, because if he can pick up all 3 Atla, like Kaiser is not done with Utan, then Cury wins. So I gotta really pay attention. I'm the arbitrator here. I gotta make sure I keep track of who has the Atla. Oh, okay. It's hard. Wow, that's complicated. Huh. I mean, Word of Wind did do a semi-task. And I think, yeah, like, you could only do probably, like, I think you could only get it, like, on floor 6 or 7, right? I'm not gonna chip in. I don't know any more than this. I'm gonna just focus on the Atla. I hope I didn't just miss one. That would be lame. You can get all 8 on floor 1. If there's even 8 on floor 1. Which is not a for sure thing. So it really is just, because of those rules, it really is just a race for Atla. Like, Atla is #1 most important. It's really going to come down to whoever can find row, balcony, and second floor the quickest, which is all just random. And then Chrissy should win the tiebreaker because he's further along. But also, like, Cury is not even in the second half yet, so, like, he's gonna have a lot less chances to find those Atla. If Chrissy can find 1, that would be huge. I don't think he has yet. Yeah, it does kind of seem like like at this point of the run, it becomes a race of just who lucks out and gets the Atla quicker. I think like what would be fairer would be to like have each Atla like worth a certain amount of points, and then have the floor worth a certain amount of points, and then like you combine the points. Like whoever has more points wins or something. It would be hard. We would have to like think about it, but that would be fairer. But for now, it's just Atla. And there's only 15 minutes left, so... I mean, I guess it could be 0-0. It could also be that. It could be like, neither person picked up any Atla, and Chrissy just wins, because he's on floor 12, 13, 14. And Cury's just getting into the second half. So just a race for those Atla at the moment. I mean, as things are, Chrissy probably will win it, but it's just like, if Cury just drops into frickin' floor 10 and just picks up 2 Atla, then he wins. Two of the Mushroom House Atla, I should clarify. The 3 that they're looking for are row, balcony, and second floor. There's only 3, and there's like probably 80 Atla in this half of the floor. I don't know if it's that many. Maybe like 60. You still have 0 of 3. Okay. Alright. Thank you. I am keeping a watchful eye. This is very important. This is what the run comes down to, so I cannot miss any. Ten minutes to go. 0-0. Just all eyes on the Atla. Couscous. That's a miss. Whoever gets more of row, balcony, and second floor will take it. Unless neither one gets any. Or they both get the same. And Chrissy's just checking, making sure he doesn't have any. And he does not. Still 0-0. Presently, Chrissy would win because he's on floor 13. That is the secondary tiebreaker, but tiebreaker number 1 is Atla. And it pretty much will come down to the tiebreaker at this point. There's no way Chrissy's getting to Utan in 10 minutes. It's just physically impossible. And he's just throwing bombs in desperation. Just being like, I gotta find Atla! I gotta find him! Alright, let's check out this one from Cury. Watermill 3, another miss. Atla for Chrissy. It's a torch, another miss. And back to searching. 8 minutes, 30 seconds to go. These earth diggers are annoying. You pretty much have to bomb them, but you have to bomb them at, like, the bottom of their arc. The arc of their jump. So it's really tricky to time. You can learn it, but it's tricky. Another Atla for Cury. It's a sign. That is another miss. That would be a hit in Divine Beast Cavern. But not here. Second floor. Second floor for Chrissy. Okay. It is now 1-0. That is huge. So Chrissy now has the lead in Atla. So, with that, now Cury is going to have to find like 2 back-to-back to take this. He's going to have to find 2 in the next 6 minutes. Three is a miss. Oh, he dies again. Revival powders! Equip revival powders! I just want to scream loud enough for him to hear me through the internet. I've got to roast him a little bit about the lack of revival powders. Like, you are not baller enough yet to go without revival powders. Torch is another miss. 5 minutes to find 2 Atla for Cury. Unless if Chrissy picks up another one, it's like it's over. Utan is floor 17. Yeah, it's floor 17. 16 is the last normal floor, and then 17 is Utan. So ain't no way we're getting to Utan. So it's all about this Atla. Another miss for Cury. Still 1-0. Even with cheating. Well, I guess Cury could, like, quickly go to Gaffer's Buggy, activate the glitch menu, activate the 100 floors glitch. That's, like, the only way. Even that, in frickin' 3.5 minutes would be a tough ask. Cury's just not getting any Atla. Yeah, there's a lot of really weird glitches in this game. That, like, you gotta be in the circle to know. And by the way, if any of you want to be in the circle, we have a Discord. It is linked to on well, it's linked to on speedrun.com. I don't know if it's in the ping. Like the Dark Cloud ping. No, it's not. Or yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, it's at the bottom there. Balcony. Guess a 1-1. Okay. If Cury somehow takes this at the last 2 minutes. Just based on Atla. That would be so cringe. They need row, balcony, and second floor. Chrissy has second floor, Cury has balcony. So it's 1-1. No problem. Ah, I see. Balcony, alright. GG. Pretty much. Yeah, Cury's gonna have to back-to-back some Atla in this last minute. Which, I don't know if that's gonna happen. Seems unlikely. There's only one Atla on this floor anyway. I guess there were 2. So he needed those 2 to be second floor in row. Alright, 4, 3, 2, 1, GG. Let's see. There. Yeah, there we go. Okay. The winner is Chrissy. By tiebreaker 2-1. Alright. We'll see if they want to join us for a post-game interview. I do have to get ready for work, so we'll see. But, yeah, that was an interesting race. It came down to the tiebreaker. I do feel like we need to work on the tiebreaker format. It did kind of work out this time because, you know, Chrissy was ahead. And he also was ahead in Atla. But there is a chance that it might not work out that way. Like, but it's still, I don't know. It is kind of fun to like have a chance for Cury to make a comeback also. But with that, due to the tiebreaker, Chrissy will advance to face Word of Wind. And Cury will fall to the loser's bracket, where he will find Mike Zord as his opponent. And then besides that, it will be me against Stack of Cheeseburgers, and Casual Speedrun versus Matthew, and the winner of that goes off against Ryushan. And yeah, you can do all bracket if you want to. It's in the ping. So yeah, that was a cool race. I feel like the revival powders were really the crux. Like, if Cury did not die 5 times, like, he might have had a better shot. But yeah, the fact that he did not equip revival powders was just... That was rough. But I got my... Okay, so we're not gonna have the interview? Alright. That's fine. I got my trivia out. I wanted to tell somebody about the Umatara thing, because I've been holding on to that for freaking years, and I've been waiting to freaking break that out. And it's never come up on stream, because you never freaking fish. So I was excited to drop that. And also, I had fun commentating this tournament. I will hopefully do it again if I have the opportunity. But I guess I should probably shout out these guys. Let's see, can we do this? Can we type !R? Yes. Okay, so those are the Twitch channels of these two fabulous runners. Go ahead and follow KaiserKrister and Cury80 if you would like to. Cury is French, so he mostly streams in French. So if you know French, then he's your guy. Krister is pretty new to Dark Cloud speedrunning, but he's pretty passionate, so I assume he'll probably start streaming. And if you want to see full game runs, then feel free to follow me at twitch.tv/SonicCrazy, spelled with a K, you know, as it appears on stream. And I do Any Glitchless runs every Wednesday at 5 p.m. MST. I don't know what else we're doing. I guess there's no interview, so I guess also you can follow Word of Wind. He streams Dark Cloud speedruns as well. Follow Glitched. He's been doing Dark Cloud 2 lately, and he recently got the world record in Dark Cloud JP. I don't know if I can commentate this any longer. I gotta get ready for work, but I would definitely stick around for a post-game interview. Like, I don't need to get to work that quickly, but it's just also like, you know, Cury's dying again. You gotta quit repair powders, man. I really want to get that through to him somehow. Even if I have to ping him in the Discord. Oh, there's a button to end the race. Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, I guess I'll click that then. Yeah. So, that was the winner's bracket round 2. Kaiser has won back-to-back victories, and now he will face off against Word of Wind, so stay tuned for that. Not sure when that will be happening, but it will be right here on Speed Gaming. Make sure to drop a follow for the channel as well, and if you want to keep up with the schedule, there was that ping earlier that has all the links you need. So I have been Sonic Crazy. These have been our 2 runners, Chrissy and Cury. And we'll catch you next time for the next match of the tournament. Thanks for watching.